All right, it's time for Mayor Monday. Now, for some cities in our area, the new year has brought in new leadership.
Yeah, that includes one of the largest suburban communities in our area. Of course, that would be the city of Hillsboro, home to many neighborhoods, small businesses, and Oregon's Silicon Forest. A lot happening in Hillsboro. Joining us now to outline her priorities for the city after being sworn into office is the new Hillsboro Mayor, Beach Pace. Good morning.
Good morning.
Really appreciate the time.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Congratulations on the election. What are you looking at here in 2025 as we start the new year in your term?
Oh, so much. I mean, I have my priorities, which I can talk about, but something else that's been on my mind is representation. In 149 years in the history of Hillsboro, we've had one female mayor, just one. So I'm really proud to be the second. And the last one was in the 80s, by the way.
Oh,
wow, so
yeah.
it's been some time.
It's been a minute, yeah.
For sure.
And I'm also glad to bring representation from the LGBTQ community. I'm the first LGBTQ community member to be mayor. And it's been a bit since we've had a veteran, so I'm a U.S. Army veteran, so I think representation is important, and to just change it up a little bit. So our council is pretty diverse as well, so proud of that as well.
Well, and I'm sure a lot of that resonated with many of your constituents who have put you here in this position. So tell us, what are some of your biggest priorities here as you look at 2025? I'm sure there's no shortage of the to-do list. Yeah, the to-do list is pretty long, but the number one thing is housing. This is an issue across the country. Hillsboro's done a lot of work around housing. We've had 2,400 units go up in South Hillsboro. We just got approval for use in Witch Hazel Village South. We have 922 units that will be going up there. 1,000 units in the Amber Glen area. We've also got a lot of affordable housing units going up in partnership with other organizations. Hillsboro loves to partner. And so we partnered with Bienestar to bring 150 units online, and then the Nueva Esperanza program, and then we also partnered with Hacienda CDC to bring 67 units. Those are being constructed right now. It's very exciting. And that's going to be the Dolores, named after Dolores Huerta.
That's great. That's great to hear. Well, and talking on the housing front, we've been covering all morning long. I mean, the new legislature is getting sworn in today. That session begins next Tuesday here, and there's a lot on the agenda. Housing and homelessness, top of mind everywhere across the state. What relationship and what do you expect to see from this session with state lawmakers that could impact what's happening in Hillsboro on that front?
Yeah, well, I think, funding that comes from the state legislature can make a huge difference. Hillsboro has received funding from the state in the past, and that's helped us serve the homeless community. When that funding goes away, we're not able to serve as many people or serve them as well. So we also work not only in partnership with the state ledge, but also with the county. And again, that money from the county or from the state goes through the county to us. And it's really important that we have that funding. So I hope that the state ledge continues with that and sees the need, that it will enable the municipalities to continue to serve that community, so not just Hillsboro, but everyone.
Sure.
Yeah. We mentioned, that Hillsboro is home to Oregon's Silicon Forest, and we've been talking about CES. We won't weigh in on all kinds of weird tech stuff for you this morning, but I am curious, how important is it to you to maintain Hillsboro's business climate, to keep it a healthy place to do business and to grow some of these industries? Yeah, well, Hillsboro's motto is growing great things. In fact, that will be the theme of the State of the City, which is coming up February 20th. Growing great things is not only growing great opportunities and jobs and all that, but that is in conjunction with the businesses, right? To make sure that we're working well and in partnership with businesses in Hillsboro, big and small. So,
well, with Intel in particular, of course, it's been an up and down, quite frankly, roller coaster with Intel. What is your relationship with Intel, and what do you need that industry to look like with Intel in mind moving forward here? What's your relationship with that company?
Well, I think the relationship with Intel is good. I've known, because I've been on council and been in volunteering for a long time, I know the people that work at Intel. I mean, they're my neighbors and friends, but I also know the government relations folks, the corporate social responsibility folks. They care. They want to make sure that they stay in Hillsboro. They want to make sure that they're doing good work so they can expand. They just had layoffs, but I know that they want to grow back. And so I think the relationship is strong, but it's also very authentic, right? They come to us and say, we're having issues, we need to do this, or this is going well. Can we do this in partnership with you, for example? And the city also partners with Intel and others to make sure that our residents are ready to work at Intel, right? They have the training necessary so they can go in and have great paying jobs.
Yeah, keep the jobs local.
That's fantastic.
Exactly.
Well, so as you're getting settled into your new office, I'm curious, what other big events are on Hillsboro's calendar for 2025 that you're looking forward to?
Well, there's a lot of events coming up, but I would say you don't need an event to need a reason to come to Hillsboro. We have great food, we have great parks, great things to do. But February 20th is the State of the City, I mentioned that. April 4th, the Hillsboro Hops season opener. And then in June, we have Juneteenth, the Juneteenth celebration. We have the Latino Cultural Festival. We also have Pride. And then in July, July 4th parade, the very famous Hillsboro July 4th parade.
Yeah, as a baseball guy too, I always get out to a few Hops games a year at a bare minimum,
Yeah.
So it'll be fun to see the ballpark too.
That'll be fun.
All right, Mayor, really appreciate the time here this morning.
Thank you.
Again, congratulations, and we'll be keeping in touch with you here over the next few years or so. So appreciate your time here.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Appreciate it.
And again, to stay up to date on what's happening in cities across the area, check out our previous Mayor Monday segments on KOIN.com. Just click on the AM Extra tab.
All right, it's 7:40.